Едно од најживописните места во Романија, во географскиот центар на земјата, опколено со грандиозните Карпати, е Сибиу. Денешниот град домаќин на ЕУ Караванот низ новите земји членки е четвртата најпосетена дестинација во Романија со над 250.000 туристи годишно. Во 2007 годината кога Романија станува дел од Европската Унија, Сибиу е европска престолнина на културата. Тогаш е постигнат туристичкиот рекорд. Градот го посетиле повеќе од 600.000 домашни и странски гости, а приливот инкасиран од туризмот изнесува 200 милиони евра. Најбрзо растечка дејност во Сибиу е туризмот, но градот може да се пофали и со здрава индустрија. Личната карта на овој романски град ја подготви Миле Ристевски.
Во географскиот центар на Романија, со векови обстојува Сибиу, град со над 147.000 жители кои се горди бидејќи се дел од неговото битисување. А како и нема да бидат кога Сибиу е прогласен за 8ми најидиличен град за живење во Европа. И одава баш таков печаток. Мирен град, но само на прв поглед, онака туристички. Инаку, динамичен, брз, важен економски центар за Романија. Има една од највисоките стапки на странски инвестиции во земјата. Овде се произведуваат автомобилски и електрични компоненти, но развиена е машинската, текстилната, дрвно-преработувачката и агроиндустријата. Токму дека е во центарот на Романија, одличната инфраструктура, поврзаноста и поради одличната бизнис клима која овозможуваат властите, го прават Сибиу привлечен за странските инвестиции. Само во 2012-та фирмите кои работат во Сибиу направиле обрт на 5,2 милиарди евра. Од друга страна, Сибиу ги користи и бенефитите од членството на Романија во Европската Унија. Преку структурните фондови, градот само минатата година добил 132 милиони евра. Пари наменети за водоснабдување, инфраструктура, реконструкција на неколку училишта и болници. Или за изградба на автопатот Расти Сибиу, Европската Унија одвоила над 510 милиони и 180 илјади евра. Потенцијалите се на страната на Сибиу, бидејќи во градот има 4 државни и неколку приватни универзитети на кои студираат 23.000 студенти. Ако пак зборуваме за културното живење, и овде ќе може да уживате во многуте театри, но и филхармонијата, фестивалите од различен тип. Градот едноставно пулсира со своите знаменитости кои ги има на претек. Една од нив и овој мост, каде влюбените со катанци ја искажуваат својата љубов. А баш има чудно име за некому токму на мостот да искаже љубов.
Ако досега сте слушнале за мост на влюбените или мост на воздишките, овдека во Сибиу, во Романија, овој мост на кој стоиме е мост на лагите. Реизграден е во 1859 година, е првиот мост во Романија кој е направен од ковано железо. Постојат 3 легенди за тоа како овој мост го добил името мост на лагите. Првата легенда вели дека од блискиот пазар, ако некој пазарџија бил фатен како мами ги подкраднува муштериите, го фаќале и го фрлале луѓето муштериите од овој мост. Втората легенда е дека од овој мост биле фрлани оние невести кои претходно на своите сопрузи им кажале дека се невини. Третата легенда пак го говори следното. Ако некој некому не верувал од граѓаните на Сибиу, го носел тука на овој мост да ја каже својата вистина. Доколку човекот кој се испрашувал лаже, мостот се тресел и испуштал чудни звуци.
Сите знаменитости кои не можете да ги разгледате во еден ден, Сибиу го прават еден од најзначајните културни центри во Романија. Заедно со Луксембург во 2007-та бил Европска престолнина на културата. Токму на овој податок, неговите жители се посебно горди. Велат дека така Европа поблиску се запознала со убавините на Сибиу, а од тогаш се зголемил и бројот на туристи. Мора да се споменат двата музеи во градот. Најстариот во Романија, Брукентал, и Јастра музеот на отворено, најголемиот. Статистиката вели, овие два музеи годишно ги посетуваат половина милион туристи.
Градот од 150.000 жители, кога што има Сибиу, го обслужува администрација од 150 луѓе кои се вработени во оваа зграда зад мене. Ке влеземе внатре и од надлежните ке побараме детали за придобивките на Сибиу од членството на Романија во Европската унија.
Следува разговор со господјата Мирела Глигоре, портпарол на општина Сибиу. Mrs. Gligore, could you first tell us please some details about your city?
First of all, welcome to Sibiu. We're happy to have you here. By 2007, when Sibiu was capital of culture, European capital of culture, the city, the historical city, looked so much better. It had regained its former glow, it had regained its former glory, because we now have streets and public squares which are totally functional and beautiful and rebuilt, and we have a functional city with a good infrastructure, with an international airport, with people who love living here. It's a pleasant living environment. We have developed from an economical point of view, because Sibiu is now a very successful economic location and a very visible and acknowledged touristic location.
Regarding this, how much the European Union accession of Romania speed up this process that you're speaking about?
Yes, it has been a very important contribution. The projects founded from European funds have contributed to our efforts in turning the city functional, in rehabilitating and modernizing the infrastructure, from streets to schools and the airport and everything. We had big plans and we needed financing for them. Until 2007, we used funding from our local budget and from reimbursable loans contracted from a European bank. But after 2007, we started submitting projects in order to obtain European, non-refundable European funds. And since 2008 and until the present, we have signed 13 large contracts, summing up to over 16 million euro. And that's just the projects that the City Hall has unwinded. We also have the local operator for water and sewage services, which is under the authority of the local council of the city, and they contracted a very large project amounting to almost 100 million euro.
How much money the European Union has invested in Sibiu by now in total, and what are the main benefits from that investments?
We reached around 120 million euro, starting with 2008 and until right now. And it has been just a great help for us, because with the money that from the local budget, with the money from the reimbursable loans and the money from the European Union, we managed to implement all the projects we had for the city.
Sibiu is a successful story.
It hasn't been difficult because we had quite a team here at the City Hall. It was difficult from the point of view of legislation, because no city in Romania had actually been through the steps that we were. We had to prepare for a cultural year, a European cultural year. We had to have in place from accommodations for tourists who are coming here to a good infrastructure attracting them. So we had to produce a lot of changes in the city in a very short time. Many European capitals of culture had like maybe 10 years to prepare for such a program, but we found in 2004 that we were going to have this title in 2007. So we had a very short period of 3 years in which we had to cause all these changes. So the community just helped us and supported us. There were many works in the public spaces, streets blocked by works, ongoing works, but the community has actually perceived this as it should have perceived it, it was a good thing. The city was developing and at a very, very rapid pace. Now, the rebranding, we had to find something that matched Sibiu. So tourism was one of them, and a revigoration of the economic field was also one of the priorities of the city once the infrastructure has been rehabilitated, remodeled, modernized. So these are the three directions that we went. We had to promote our city from the point of cultural, from the point of view of cultural events, from the point of view of tourism. We had to go on with the infrastructure works, and we had to just think of a way to get more tourists in.
What is your special offer for the tourists? Do you have some kind of special program?
We do. Besides the architectural landscape, besides the historical center, which is nowadays wonderful, we have a very well and valuable cultural program, which we help finance, we as the City Hall. It's a cultural program that includes festivals, all sorts of festivals, from folkloric music to pop music to rap music and fashion presentations and poetry readings or exhibitions or you name it. It's very diverse. It meets the tastes of many people, both from Sibiu and also from outside Sibiu, our guests, our tourists. So this has proven to be very attractive for tourists who are looking to see a beautiful city, a beautiful, very European city nowadays, but they also want to see something other than just, I don't know, museums or buildings. They want to see a theater play or a festival, street festival. We have wonderful street animation festivals, like the International Theater Festival in Sibiu, which is very renowned internationally.
How municipality and the city administration is supporting the tourism?
Well, that's a very wide domain, because you cannot have tourism without a good infrastructure. So we're responsible for the infrastructure of the city. Now that is one. The second direction is that of promoting the city by participating in tourism fairs, by printing every year leaflets, by holding a website which actually gathers together all cultural events in our city and promoting them to those who want to visit the city. Then we support the sports program and the cultural program, which are yearly programs supported and co-financed by us. For instance, we invest 6.6 million lei in culture and about 3 million lei in sports events, because we want those operators to feel encouraged and continue to organize their events, continuing to attract tourists in our city, because this cultural program has been an asset which worked in the way of attracting more tourists into the city.
Sibiu is one of the most visited places in Romania. Can you tell us why?
Because the way Sibiu tried and started to promote itself a few years ago, probably the burst point and the most important point was 2007, when Sibiu was together with Luxembourg, European Capital of Culture, and hundreds of events were organized during the whole year in Sibiu. And the town, and not only the city, but also the surroundings, got a huge visibility abroad. So it became famous in all Romania and also in Europe and in other parts of the world as a nice, pleasant cultural destination.
Is the tourism main business in Sibiu? You work as a tourist guide and as a tourist manager?
I don't think it's the main, but I would say it's one of the most important. We also have industry. We also have many investors, especially from the German-speaking countries, Germany, Austria, also Italy, Spain. So these are investors that came to Sibiu, invested here, and they have a great number of employees. Tourism is among the most important sectors, yes. We have many hotels, guest houses, tourist attractions, so yeah.
What are the main impressions of the other tourists? Like this example with the German.
Only good impressions. People who come, I mean, let's face it, sometimes Romania, especially in Europe, doesn't have a wonderful image. So there are many issues that affect the image of Romania in Europe. Americans, Australians, Asians on the other side have no idea of Romania. So they come with no conception, with no idea. And the Europeans usually come with this, misconception. And when they come here and they see that Sibiu is a great destination, when they come here and they see that not only Sibiu in a package with other cities and other destinations offers them many interesting stuff, they are content, they are happy, they are pleased, they are satisfied. And they totally change the idea. And this is the most important thing, that I think half of my tourists come because the destinations was recommended to them by other tourists, by friends, by relatives who were here in advance. And this is good, because this kind of promotion is the best, from recommendation.
Do you have high seasons or you have visitors during all year?
No, this is the problem, and this is one of the disadvantages we have here. We have high season, which means mid-April, usually around Easter, till mid-October.
Summertime, so.
Summertime. If it's interesting for you, the peak of the season is May, September, never August or July.
And what happened in autumn and in winter? The city is empty, or?
No, we have tourists, but we have usually Romanians. Close to Sibiu, at about 30 kilometers, we have a mountain resort, Păltiniș. It's not a very big mountain resort, it's at the local level, but it has several ski slopes, usually for families and beginners, and we have many Romanians that go there, spend their time there during the especially winter vacation. And also in the city. Most of them come for city breaks. So they come here on Fridays, Saturdays, they come to take part in an event, or they go to the theater and they leave on Sunday evening.
Го слушнавме ставот на Адела Даду, а сега да го слушнеме впечатокот на жителите на Сибиу и импресиите на туристите.
What are you doing here in Sibiu?
I just travel here with my friends, and we spent already 1 day here. And I feel very good here, and I love this city. Although it's a small city, but it's okay. It's a completely different.
How you choose to come here in Sibiu?
Here because we heard a lot of history about here, and it's pretty old. So we just want to come here to see it.
Lovely old buildings that have not been overly restored. Nice and original, like churches, etc. Seems like a lovely town.
Well, we are from Austria, and we came to Sibiu because we wanted to go skiing at the Făgăraș mountain area. And Sibiu is one of the most famous cities in Romania and one of the most beautiful cities. So we choose to come here and stay overnight, and tomorrow we are going to the Făgăraș mountain range to ski.
It's very nice, beautiful city.
What you like the most?
I like most the roofs. Very beautiful, and I don't know what they're called. The eyes on top.
Where you come from?
Austria.
You can visit it. We have a lot of tourists here. They like the history, they like the buildings, and the people are like really friendly, and you can talk to them, they help you and they can, so yes, it brings benefits.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Една од главните занимации за големиот број туристи во Сибиу се музеите. Во наредните минути разговараме со првиот човек на градските музеи, Штефан Чиприу. Mr. Чиприу, can you tell us something more about the city museums in Sibiu?
Hello and welcome in our beautiful city. Yes, Sibiu, I guess, is the only city in Romania that have a lot of museums and great museums, like Isastra National Complex Museum, which has the open-air museum, the biggest open-air museum from Europe, and also we have the Brukenthal Museum, one of the well-known museums in all parts of the Europe. So our national complex has 3 indoor museums. One which present the traditional civilizations, Saxon civilizations, because the Saxons were a lot in this part of the country. One presents the universal ethnography, and the other one presents only the civilizations from Transylvania, with all the minorities that used to, and also now they live here. The most important, like I told you, is the outdoor museum, is the open-air museum, which has 100 hectares and almost 400 buildings. But not the huge is very important. It's very important the programs that the Open Air Museum have all part of the year. Programs which have the purpose to show to all the visitors the importance of our traditional civilizations and our values from the rural areas.
What do you offer to the tourists inside the museums?
From 1st of May till 1st of November, all the monuments from the Open Air Museum are open. We have a lot of homesteads which present different type of civilizations. We have, for example, an area which present the wood civilizations from 17th or 16th century till now. We have also the pottery area, we have the blacksmiths area, and we also have the most complete mills collections from Europe. We have windmills, we have floating mills, we have mills actions by animal power, by human power, and actions by different type of water with different type of wheels. We have with horizontal wheel and with vertical wheel. Also, a very important event that we have this year is the International Symposium regarding Molinology, which will be in our open air museum. And for us, of course, are very important the European founds, because the culture, like I guess in all parts of the Europe or in this part of the Europe, the culture is not very well subventioned by the state. So for us, it's the county council which help us with the functionality of the museum and with the salary and things like that. But if you want to do more, we have to apply on different European projects that help us a lot. Until now, the Astra Museum, I guess, is the champion in Romania, because we have like 10 million euro, almost 10 million euro money from European projects. Now we have a project in implementations in the Open Air Museum, which is made on the EEA grants. It's a project that we call Open Heritage, and these projects want to present and to preserve and to present, of course, the importance of the minorities from Romania and from Transylvania, of course.
Could you please give us some details about other European projects?
Yes, of course. We just finished an important project on the Southeast European program. The name of the project was Cultur. And in this project, Astra Museum developed 2 strategies regarding the development in the future of all our values that we have in the Open Air Museum. We also have a huge study regarding the master plan in a paysagistical field, and that helped us a lot to build another 3 projects, and we will apply with them on the operational program Regio funds from European Union. Also for developing the platform that we have over there in Open Air Museum, for showing to everybody the importance of the rural heritage and how this rural heritage can be a small engine for economical development in the future. Because this is our purpose in the future. I mean, we have a duty regarding the rural areas. All the monuments that we have, you will see in Open Air Museum, we have from the rural places. In this moment, the rural areas are, let's say, a little bit destroyed, because the young people went in the cities or they went in EU to work, and the population is old. So we can show that there is important resources, human resources and material resources for this tourism, for the cultural tourism. In Romania, this is a problem with cultural tourism. The cultural tourists in Romania exist, but the market is so small. The market can be higher and higher because we have a lot of things for showing, and in one village you can spend 7 days without boring. It's correctly boring, without be boring in the rural area. So this is our duty also to protect the heritage, but also to valorify the heritage, not just to protect it. Because it's simple. You have a historical monument, okay, you restore it, but what's happened with that monument? In 5 years, that monument will be destroyed if you don't think about some programs to be a sustainable building, to have sustainable programs.
Mr. Robu, tell me something more about Astra Open Museum.
The museum started or was established in the 60s after the Second World War here in Sibiu in order to illustrate Romanian technical pre-industrial patrimony. They are very valuable and very important monuments and traditional installations were brought here in the museum. The museum was organized thematically, and from that period till nowadays, the visitors, the specialists too, can come here in the museum and see the Romanian tradition, the Romanian patrimony, and also we can say that they can understand easily our history and our Romanian civilization, but not only Romanian civilization, because the museum also shows the patrimony of the minorities you can find on our territory here. We talk about the Germans of Romania, the Hungarians people, the Russians of Romania, the Gypsies also. Their identity is also to be seen here.
Do you have experience with the EU funds? Do you spend some European money for your museum?
Yes, indeed. The museum has this kind of benefits. Use the European money for reconstruction, for specialization, for research activities, for promoting the Romanian patrimony also.
Can you give us some specific detail about one project?
Yes, we have projects for reconstruction. Some traditional churches, very old ones. So the specialists identify the church, the monument in the situ, in the village. They use the money, the European money, for bringing here the monument, for reconstructing, protecting, and let's say creating a program to make better known that kind of monument. So the money used for this kind of project were European money. And also we have activities with specialists from other European countries using this kind of European money, European program. Specialists from Germany, from Italy, from France who came here in the museum and took part to our activities. We go there.
And beside the EU funds, what was the main benefit for your business, for the museum of the Romanian accession into the European Union?
Let's say that we had a more large contact, more large opening to Europe, to politics of protecting or putting in value the patrimony, the monuments. So not only the money, but also the European experience regarding the patrimony was very, very useful for the Romanian specialists, for the specialists of Sibiu, of Astra Museum too.
What is the price of the ticket, and how do you organize the visit to the museum, because the museum is a little bit far from the center of the city?
From the center of the city, yes, we have programs, educational programs, programs working with the touristic agencies who have the contacts, have the contacts here. They organize the tours in the museum. The price of one ticket is 15 lei. Also, we can offer a large diversity of products, museal products, like our experience in guiding the people here, the visitors, workshops. We organize here a large diversity of workshops. Even in a homestead, we go with the people in the homestead there with the visitors. We show the homestead, and also we can organize specific activities. We have a permanent connection with the Ministry of Tourism. It's very important for us to have this kind of contact, so they are open to us.
Can I make the point from this conversation, from this interview, that especially when we talk about the alternative tourism, you have to know how to sell the story to the visitors?
Of course, this is the most important thing. Of course, you have to know it's not enough to build. It's not enough to invest money in built patrimony, in museums, in churches, because countries from all over the world have churches, have museums, have other sites. It's also investing in the natural area, it's also investing in people, and it's also how you create a story, because Sibiu, this is what I usually tell to my tourists, Sibiu has its own story. It depends how you tell it. So this is what sells, the way you tell the story, the way you promote it. And Sibiu is also present to different tourism fairs in Germany, in Austria, in London, and we try to promote ourselves as much as possible.
In about 150 kilometers from here is the Bran Castle, famous like Dracula Castle. Can you tell me how do you sell this story to the tourists?
Yes, it's a very sensitive point, because in Romania the story of Dracula and the myth of Dracula has created two sides. The historians and the cultural people who say that Dracula is just an invention of the Americans, and they don't want to sell Vlad the Impaler as a symbol of Dracula. On the other side, we have people in tourism who say that Dracula is a brand, it's an already created brand which values millions of euro and which is sold all over the world and which attracts many people. So we have these two sides. I like to make a combination of both of them. I like to promote the idea of the mysterious Vlad the Impaler, of the mysterious Count Dracula. And we are going, whenever we make this kind of visits, we always talk about these two dimensions. Was it a myth or is it reality?
If you do believe in vampires, then the story of the vampire is real. All you have to know is the fact that Dracula, the historical character, really existed, and half of this whole story is real, is based on reality.
But the most interesting thing that you sell to the visitors is story about Dracula, yes?
That's the main reason they come here to visit us.
Can you tell us shortly, please, about the story, the legend about Dracula and the history of this castle?
Yes, you will first have to note the difference between the famous vampire, Dracula you've heard about, and the historical character, also named Dracula. The story of the vampire starts at the end of the 19th century, with Bram Stoker writing that famous novel with a Romanian prince who lives in a castle from Transylvania. And the story of the historical character is located in Wallachia, 15th century. The novel character is based on a real historical character. We are calling him Vlad the Impaler, Vlad Țepeș in Romanian, or Vlad Dracula, because his real name was Dracula, and Dracula means the son of the devil. Bram Stoker, the writer, knew about the name, knew a lot about our history, knew about this castle, and that's how he succeeded creating such a famous character. Vlad Dracula, the historical character, was not the owner of this castle, but he was imprisoned here. He was imprisoned here in 1462 because of a conflict with the Hungarian king. He was accused of betrayal, and this is the main historical connection between Bran Castle and Dracula, the Prince of Wallachia. There's also a second type of connection between the castle and Dracula, but Dracula the vampire this time, and it's a link created by Bram Stoker, the writer. He depicts Dracula's residence as a castle on top of the rock in a place surrounded by forests, somewhere in the middle of the Carpathian Mountains in Transylvania. And this is the only spot from our country that fits Bram Stoker's description. So everything is a mix between real historical facts and legends.
And who gave him a name Dracula? He was Vlad Țepeș and Dracula as a son of the devil.
His complete name was Vlad III Basarab Dracula. His father was named Dracul. In Romanian, Dracul means the devil. His father was the member of a medieval knight order. The members of this order were fighting to defend Christianity against the Turks. And the symbol of the knight order was a dragon. But simple people from Romania believed that the dragon was the synonym of the devil. They associated these two symbols. And seeing Vlad's father wearing the symbol of the dragon on his clothes, they believed that he had been associated with the devil.
Are the vampires among us nowadays?
Maybe they are. Maybe I'm one of them, who knows?
You're dangerous?
I guess I am.
Бран е градче од околу 5000 жители, во кое речиси сите работоспособни се занимаваат со туризам. Неголема атракција во ова место е секако дворецот зад мене, собственост на кралот Фердинанд, неговата сопруга Марија Магдалена, односно на нивните наследници. Надлежните во замокот ги уверуваат туристите дека приказната за грофот Дракула и страшните работи што се случувале тука е само мит. Но ние нема да чекаме да се стемни за да се увериме. Ке си заминеме на време.